What's going on? Alright, so it is the divisional round of the playoffs. So let's go ahead and play. Our team's up to an 87 overall. We got Haskins still starting for us. Luke Sellers has finally realized he's finally realized that he's a superstar. I think we saw that in the draft, but he's up a lot. Moss only needs a couple more snaps to get it this week to figure out his. I don't remember if he's superstar or superstar X Factor. We saw it in the draft, but our offensive line's looking really good. Moody's already up to 78. Everybody else, is looking pretty good. We're either gonna bring them back, or we're either gonna not re-sign them or draft new guys. We're not going to bring anybody back that needs to re-sign. So this could be the last year, which is why we're going all in the Super Bowl to have this good of an offensive line. But one thing that I did want to do actually is bring Jerry Jeudy up to number 2. Even though he's a little bit lower overall, he is a superstar. So Philip Lindsay up to an 88, Geis up to an 86. He does have superstar. He got that in that one game against the Browns. On defense, Chase Young already up to an 89. Dude has been sacking quarterbacks all year long. Dexter Lawrence doesn't get too much playing time, but for him to be our third D tackle is amazing. We might end up moving him. With all the injuries and everything that we've sustained this year, having backups is a pretty decent thing. Our linebacking core is a little bit weak, especially with Miles Jack being out for the rest of the season. So obviously next year we need to look for more depth, but 278s isn't too much of a drop off. Za'Darius Smith and Montez Sweat getting lots of sacks for us. Our rookie Ashton Davis, he's an 80, but the one morale boost for an 81. I guess, does he have a lot of morale too? Season 87. So, all of our young guys and everything already, being stellar athletes for us. So, alright, so not a great opening kickoff return, but we are set up here on our opening drive. Let's go ahead and run it with Philip Lindsay on the first play. Oh my gosh, that is a fast guy. But we do get around the corner. Get a good 8-yard run for our opening play. Isn't too bad. We go ahead and go with a run with Geis real quick. See what we could do if we can continue to go forward. Geis breaks the tackle. That's huge. Nice juke. So now he gets an 8-yard run as well. So that's a great way to open up the game. Now we are passers. To open up the game with back-to-back solid runs opening up the game with back-to-back solid runs is going to be great for our scheme. So here I'm just going to go with this pass to our tight end, fall down. I don't want to take any hits or anything. 28-yard pass to open it up. I mean, an 8-yard, 28-yard. This is a great start. Alright, so I changed the formation, so now that there's no tight end there, and we're going to sit in there, take the hit, throw it to Jerry Jeudy, who gets all the way down to the 10-yard line. We're just moving down the field at this point. It's almost too easy for us. Now, I know this isn't going to be the complete story of the game. There's always something that bothers us going forward in games, but we're gonna roll out here with Haskins, and I'm just gonna try to deliver a strike. We can't do it. So after a sack, we're just gonna get back to our running. First negative play, so it shows that we're not invincible, but after a decent run, we're set up here to go ahead and try to throw a corner route to Julio. So this is not the best look that the defense is giving me to throw this corner route. We're gonna go ahead and sit here. All right, he gave it to me. So boom, touchdown, Julio Jones. Opening drive caps off with the touchdown. When you start with the ball, this is a drive you want to start with. Solid drive with almost every single play going forward. So, alright, so playing a little bit of run D here on first down. They do pass the ball, but we're kind of there for everything. So, short 2-yard passes, I'm fine giving that one up. We're going to go ahead and keep playing this run D. I don't trust him to go to the air for every single play. So they do go kind of back to the air there, I guess you could call it. I mean, Mike Evans just sidesteps a couple people and just gets right past us. But even though they're in shotgun here, I'm going to pull out the run D because it is so short. And if they do not run it, then okay, so they do run it. We can't stop them. Alright, so here we go again with the run D. They have yet to really run it up the middle. There they do. They do find a hole. I mean, decent blocking. They're getting good blocking, and we can't we can't stop them. So that's why I'm playing run D. Looks like, is that Kareem Hunt? That's why I'm playing run D, so that they don't break a big run like that, but I guess it doesn't help. Alright, so that's a little upsetting to give up just a huge touchdown right there. But let's go ahead and get back on O and try to run the ball a little bit. I guess I probably picked a bad hole to go through there. Not, you know, not my best play, but I still, if we had decent blocking, we still could have probably got through there. So, you know, anyways, I'm going to go back to the outside run. I do have to cut it inside there, but we do get a couple. Our offensive line isn't really helping us out as much as they could, but we're going to have to go to the air here. I'm expecting to be able to throw this one to Jerry Jeudy. It does look like they're going to bring in pressure, so I'm going to just max protect, and I'm going to just look to get this one out fast. Now, they did fake the pressure. I got a beautiful block here. I'm going to pass lead Jerry up the field, and we do have him. We get all the way up to the 32, so that pass lead up the field is huge there. If I didn't do that, then that probably would have been a contested pass or even an interception. So we do have a couple of exhausted players right now, so I'm just going to go ahead and run outside run with Geis here. See if we can get a couple of blocks, and we do. We break a decently big run all the way down to the 14-yard line. So Darius Geis is already coming through kind of clutch here in the first quarter with 26 rushing yards. Haskins already has over 100 passing yards, so Haskins with over 100 passing yards. I'm probably just going to go ahead and take it to the quarter. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and run it real quick, try to get to the outside. We do. Julio was tired, so I'm going to go ahead and throw back to Julio on this next play. So anytime you have X factors and whatnot, you know, it's perfect. Both Jerry Jeudy and Julio have an X factor here. So I'm going to go ahead and try to roll a little bit, and if Julio can break across him. So Julio does stop running, which we've thrown an interception before when he does that. But this time we're actually able to throw it in there. So Julio gets himself another touchdown here. Alright, so maybe I need to stop simulating kickoffs. I'm not sure what happened here, but they're all the way at the 41, and decent pass. Only 7 yards, but we don't want to give up anything. I'm going to go ahead and bring pressure here because just they're tearing me up right now, and I haven't really got a negative play for them yet, so both our offenses are, you know, doing a lot, and I go for a pick there, and we don't get it. And they score on another big broken play. Not really sure what to say here, but they have a high-powered offense, and it's going to be a tough one. Alright, so it seems like every time they get the ball, they just get huge plays. So we're going to have to control the momentum of this game and limit how much our defense has to play. If our defense can't play with them, we're just going to make our offense have the ball that much longer. So plenty of runs, chewing the clock a little bit, working the ball down the field, staying across the 50 for much of the drive is, you know, a big one. So we're going to have to pass here, but I'm expecting to be able to pass that post to Jerry Jeudy, and if we can just get to the 50, then we're going to be in complete total control of this drive, and by getting in control of this drive, we could probably keep the tempo of the game in our favor. So they're not really looking like they're going to give me a whole lot of pressure here. They still might. So I am going to go ahead and I got to watch out and pass lead up, and I'm just going to have to fall down. Oh, I should have possession caught that one. Jerry Jeudy holding onto the ball is big there. He probably should have fumbled that one, but I'm thankful for him holding on to it. So I'm going to go ahead and try to run up the middle here. We've had a lot of outside runs. Alright, I don't like the look they're giving me, so we're going to try to switch it out and see what we could do here. Maybe backing up a little bit. And we should... we get sacked. So I did max protect there, and it left me basically no routes to throw to. So this is, you know, this is perfect for them. I'm going to have to pass here, which I wanted to run and keep the tempo of the game. But obviously I can't because of the amount of pressure they're getting on me. So let's hope that we can throw this one to Julio and just possession catch it. We don't need to run after catch or anything. We don't need to take any fumble chances here. So I'm going to go ahead and run this next one with Geis. Just try to pound the rock up the middle and get this first down. If we can get this first down, that'll be huge. with only 4 minutes to go in the half, we could try to score before half for us and not let them have any time. We do get the first down. That is a huge first down in the grand scheme of this game. I don't want to give them the ball with time left in the half because they've been scoring super fast, and they get the ball after halftime. They could take the lead and they could control the game. So let's just run it out here with our outside run, and Darius Geis breaks one, although there is going to be holding. But hopefully it's not going to be a 10-yard penalty. It's going to be like a 6 or 7 because it'll be downfield. So, well, it is 1st and 20. I hate how I'm like 10 yards downfield. They call the penalty, and it brings me back 10 yards from the previous spot. Like, that's completely unrealistic. You know, if I'm 10 yards down the field, it's going to be, well, Darius Geis can't do anything there. So, I mean, they're doing a great job on defense of getting penalties and controlling the tempo of the game. Julio being super tired means I can't really throw to him here. But I'm going to go back to Jerry. I need to get this first down. Probably now with 2:51, I could still control the game. So they do give me a wide open look for Jerry, and I'm just going to go down. That's perfect. So this has been a very fast-paced first half, with just scoring on scoring on scoring. Darius Geis is a little bit tired, so I don't want the fumble chance. So I'm going to go ahead and run it here with Philip Lindsay. I'm going to draw the time down as far as I can get it to go. Snap it and hope to go under the 2-minute warning with this run. So I'll snap it as close as I can. I do. And we don't get great blocking, but you know, we still get it about a yard or half a yard, whatever you want to say, with it. So alright, so here we're going to run with Geis again. Another outside run under the 2-minute warning. We're going to cut it inside here because it gave us the hole. I tried to cut it around the lineman, but Darius Geis is not super nimble, so cutting around to the left didn't work very well there. So we are going to try to possibly run here again. Maybe I'm going to draw the clock down a little bit more because I don't like the look I'm getting. I'm going to run it up the middle, but to the right. And hopefully I can get our right guard there to get a decent block, and we can follow him up lead block. Well, they bring some pressure from the edge, and this is the complete, total scenario I don't want to be in, because I am expecting them to get a one-play touchdown. So alright, so we are going to come out in our pass D, and I hope that this can stop them. I mean, I actually said this last time, that the Buccaneers are the hardest team to play against in Madden 20. Every single challenge that I do, yeah, roughing the passer there, boom. Every challenge I do, no matter what it is, the Buccaneers throw for 500 yards against me. I can never pick them off. They just move down the field. I don't know what it is about the Buccaneers, but whenever you play against the Buccaneers in Madden 20, Jameis goes for as many yards, and boom, we should have that interception there. That's a gift, but we're not going to get it. That is his first incompletion, so... but it just seems like whenever you play against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they will do everything, and you will do nothing. I think that's going to be roughing the passer again. So they are going to get a touchdown this drive. Jesus Christ. Like, if anybody thought I was lying, I have the most problems against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Namely Jameis. Famous Jameis can throw for 1,000,000 yards against me. If he played against me, you know, in 19 games of a season, I mean 16 of a season, and then the 3 postseason games, if we had to play against each other, you know, he'd throw for probably 7,000 yards, 100 touchdowns. I do end up getting 1 interception after a long time. So he'll have like 100-1 with 5,000-6,000 yards and an 18-1 record because I'll somehow clutch up 1 game. But yeah, Tampa Bay. I can't beat Tampa Bay in Madden 20. I cannot beat Tampa Bay. I'm venting because it's super annoying. They're not that good in real life. They went 7-9 or whatever, and you know, they're super forgettable because you hope that they are going to do well because they haven't done well in so long. And me, you know, going to UF and being in Florida, I want one team to do well, and It was obviously not going to be Miami this year. It's never, Jesus Christ, it's never Jacksonville. So, you know, you expect the Buccaneers to hopefully be able to be the team, and even then, like, it's just, okay, great. But if they go 15-1 in real life, or even, you know, 13-3, then they could do this shit to me. But for them to do this shit to me in Madden, and Jameis be unguardable, Jameis be unstoppable and everything, and for them to have gone 7-9, miss the playoffs, and probably going to miss the playoffs again next year, it's just, it's super irritating. So we're pulling out the stops, alright? With 35 seconds left, we are going to score. If we don't score, we will lose, because we're not going to stop the Buccaneers in the second half. They're going to come out and get a touchdown on the first drive. I'm actually probably going to super sim it, because maybe they'll only get a field goal. But pass lead Jerry up the field, sidestep the man, and we get out of bounds. So we're 9 for 9 for 217 yards. This is, you know, we should be up, but we're not. So this is going to probably be my first incompletion here. If we don't get enough blocking. Their ends are doing, you know, crazy stuff to us, but with the pass lead up the field a little bit, Julio can hold on with the first time out. We're on the 10-yard line. Now, we've been in this position before and turned the ball over. These corner routes down in the red zone are not the greatest, so I'm gonna look for Julio, but he's not gonna be there, and I'm gonna get sacked. So again, it's irritating to play against the Buccaneers, but it's never their defense that pisses me off. It's always just their offense. Hopefully Jerry can, you know, get some one-on-one coverage. Now I'm gonna have to get out here and just try this. No, I am going to try one more time. There's Dwayne's first incompletion. I am gonna try this one more time with Julio, I guess, or I don't know. I need a touchdown, for real. If I don't get one, like I said, I'm probably going to lose this game. So, Julio out there. If I could try to pass lead him. Nope. So, we do get the field goal out of this drive, but it's still not good. Well, I tried to just super sim my field goal, and of course, the first miss of the season in a simulation comes in the playoffs when we needed it the most. So, that's wonderful. I'm going to pass lead Jerry up the field. We're going to get a fucking penalty again. You know what? Finally, we get a penalty for us. So that's good. Now we're going to go ahead and expect, we're probably going to get man coverage, because every time that I need this one to be zone coverage, it's not. So, but I'm hoping that we're going to get zone. We do get zone. I'm going to try to pass lead this one out, and we can't get it. Alright, we really need to start working here. You know, I gotta pass lead them upfield. I hope that's another penalty on them, but it is. I'm going to decline this one just because I think there's been too many penalties in this game. But yeah, we get where we need to be, so I don't need the penalty. I took the penalty the last time, but I'm not going to accept 2 on one drive. Oh, can we get to the outside with Phillip? We do. Got to juke in. Alright. Down to the 5-yard line. I am going to hope that we can score here. Everybody's tired. Even Darius Geis is. So this isn't really where you want to be. This is a really good time to fumble. I would not be surprised if I do fumble. You know, he can't juke because he's tired. So we're really in a bad position here. I'm not sure what to do. I don't think we're going to be able to complete a pass at all. Everybody's tired. We can't run because everybody's tired. I mean, look, Darius Geis there is bending over at the waist. We might get Jerry here if I can get one-on-one coverage. I am going to pass lead him out, and I'm going to possess me, catch it, and boom. We do take the lead back. So, I mean, that missed field goal is going to come back and hurt us a little bit, but I am going to continue to play defense rather than simulating, but now that we've been able to come back on top, you know, when they get one-play touchdowns on us again, it's not going to be as bad. Alright, playing a little bit of run D here, just to hope. I'm going to try to shoot the gap here. We do. Alright, boom, we shoot the gap there, so that's good. We finally get a negative yardage play. It's going to help us, you know, a lot going forward. I am going to continue back with that same defense just because I do expect it to be another run. Try to blow up the gap to the left this time. And it's not, so I'm just going to play this, you know, D. Well, that's not what I wanted. I expected to be able to get my enforcer to hit there, but I don't really know. So they're probably going to run it here with this motion. No. I'm kind of there with everything boxing. Boom, we do get a sack. Finally. So our defense is stepping up a little bit. I still expect them to, you know, have a decent drive and score at least a field goal. But you know, we're gonna play this one as good as we can. And so, boom. The first time I don't really call run D. I call a huge rush there. It still stops the run. So now here we are. We're gonna be in cover 3, try to protect the sticks a little bit. I'm gonna play everything underneath, try to take it away. The fake handoff here. I am there, so which should be good. And boom. Obviously, he's going to complete it because it's Madden simulation or Madden whatever. So they're going to, you know, complete every single pass that is thrown, even when you lower the difficulty. Not difficulty, but the sliders. Just because, you know, Jameis is a god in Madden. He is a god. I just ran about the Buccaneers for 30 minutes. That's the sole. That's what all this recording is. I am going to run it to the outside. I probably should have cut it in, but that guy knew I was running outside apparently. Which is why he stopped me in the backfield. I would have probably, you know, on defense cut inside. I would have expected him to have gone inside as a real person. In real life, he would have expected to go inside, but he knew my next step was to go outside. So that was perfect, you know, mind reading defense there. So now we do finally get a decent run. We haven't had one of those since the first quarter. But, you know, we're going to go ahead and go to the air here on 3rd and 1. Just because I would bring pressure on a 3rd and 1. And I expect them to. So if I can go ahead and try to get it out quickly. They do bring pressure and I do go down. Yeah, that's exactly what I would have done, is to bring pressure there. Which is why I tried to pass. Running probably would have been the smart move. So punting is a smart move, so I'm going to do it. I really hate the Buccaneers in Madden. Just because they're so awful in real life. That doesn't... Why does he dive that way? That doesn't look like... Oh, what's that gonna be a flag on? Landon Collins is completely gassed, so we're not gonna get anything over the middle probably. Yeah, I'm gonna cover him here. Well, I tried to undercut it and intercept it. He was gonna moss me anyways, probably. That's just what happens in this game. So, you know, that was probably my best bet anyways. Oh, get it out there. Get it. I think that's going to be a penalty against them. Just because it came so late. That's usually a personal foul. So, I'm going to accept it this time because they got one last time. Now, they're up 3-2 on roughing the passer penalties. And I think they're also up like 5-3 on penalties or something like that. But whatever it ends up being, I like the fact that there are penalties. I wish there were different kinds of penalties rather than just all roughing the passers. I mean, that is the 5th roughing the passer penalty this game. But, you know, that's a perfect strike to Judy. So I'm feeling like we're unfortunately moving too quickly here. I'm almost positive they're going to score again. Now, again, on I form, I never throw, so I'm going to go ahead and put Terry McLaurin in. I don't want Julio in, just to get tired. So, we're getting Moss a couple of snaps. I mean, decent run to the middle, beautiful. So, Geis gets his touchdown. I mean, this is fine. We're probably gonna have to play super weird football on this next drive, but we could possibly get a stop. We've already gotten one. So like I said, that missed field goal is gonna come back to haunt us because they could probably get a, you know, field goal here, and then they're probably going to, or I mean, I don't know. Either way, it would have been. I'm like, thank God he dropped it. I'm there. Now I didn't expect to have to intercept it. I kind of looked away for a second, because I didn't expect me being there for him to throw it. I literally looked over to the right side of the field, looked back, and the ball's in his hands. I mean, that's a pretty decent play there by Mike Evans. Jameis has only thrown, you know, for 220 yards. Now, what I'm wondering here, I'm going to go ahead and bring the pressure. If they don't get this play, will they go for it? They have 3 timeouts and plenty of time. Now, they do run the ball. We should have been all over that, but I think we let up the, yeah, we let up the first down. Well, I guess we're never going to know, because now the next time they're going to be in that position, you know, they're probably going to have to go for it. So I probably should have done something better there. I don't know. I don't know. There's probably something I could do differently. I'm there. Why are they throwing at me? Now, of course it works perfectly, but like, I'm there. I've come out to Big Dime because Big Nickel hasn't freaking worked. There we go. Alright, so again, I'm going to bring the house on another 3rd and 3. And this time, I'm going to bring it out of Big Dime. If I can bring Williams in. Now, I've got 2 receivers over here to cover. And we do get a freaking huge, huge sack. So they might go for it because there's under 3 minutes to play. They're going to punt because it's not the 2-minute warning. So this is perfect. We're going to get the ball back, and we're going to try to score or something and put this game out of reach. I mean, we can actually return this punt a little bit. And is that going to be... That's going to be holding. Are you kidding me? No, it's a late hit. Let's go. So huge penalty there. That might actually cost them the game if we can end up putting together a decent drive of 10 yards. This one play is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. I don't foresee them calling their timeout before the 2-minute warning. I mean, they're going for the ball here. I should have cut it in. I thought, I don't know what I thought. I thought we would get the block on the outside. But, alright, 2-minute warning. Alright, Darius Geis is going to hopefully come through clutch here with 2 yards. 2 yards is all I ask for. I'm going to cut it upfield. And no, we go negative. So, yeah. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't run outside runs, but I feel like that's the way to break them. I am going to go ahead and pass here, which might be stupid. You know, but I'm going to take the sack or throw a completion. I'm hopefully not going to throw an incompletion. So they are bringing the pressure. Julio, or not Julio, but Jerry Jeudy. Oh, Jerry Jeudy with a huge reception there. So that could seemingly do it for them. I'm going to run up the middle now for a couple runs in a row, since it's not going to super matter. But, you know, I don't like running up the middle because, you know, with someone like Darius Geis, he's like a Jamal Lewis. Where if you get to the outside, you can actually make some jukes and stuff, but running up the middle, you're not going to have the agility or whatnot to really do much. But there he goes up the middle for a first down. 13 rushes for 71 yards and a touchdown. He's had a huge, huge performance here. I am going to run to the outside here with Philip Lindsay. He doesn't have nearly as many yards, so maybe he feels upset, but I'm going to spread it out. He is a lot faster, so if I get to the outside, I can juke in. Maybe if we had got a block, he would have gone for more, but, you know, 35 yards is nothing to be super ashamed of. And we do get the W, barring anything completely obnoxious here. I am going to try and juke it. Alright, well, you know, Philip Lindsay, obviously, well, he's still blue, so I'm going to run it up the gut with him one time. But, I mean, this is it. We are going to win this game. This is going to be the last play. Oh, no, that is Darius Geis. Boom. So Darius Geis ends it with one more run for 4 or 5 more yards. And, or 3 yards, I guess. And that's it. That's game. So, alright, let's check the stats out. Alright, so here are the stats. Oh my. Haskins was perfect. Perfect passer rating there. 16 of 19 for 369 yards. 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, and 19.4 average yards per attempt. So, I mean, what, it's 12.5 is what you need to have a perfect passer rating. So he definitely over exceeds the 12.5. 3 touchdowns to no interceptions is perfect. Jameis also had a monster day with even better completion percentage than we had. You know, a couple more completions. He had a 142 passer rating, but, you know, he always does when you play against him in Madden. 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. He would have had a perfect passer rating had they got a couple more yards or, you know, one more big play. He did have that huge, long touchdown. So, now rushing. We, you know, combined for more rushing yards than they did. They had only 101, but Kareem Hunt, 10 runs for 95 yards. It helps it when you break a 64-yard touchdown. But, you know, his 2 touchdowns really put them in a good position to win this game, and they almost did. Lindsay with only 35 yards. I mean, I got to figure out a better way to get him involved. But Darius Geis with 77 yards and a touchdown just really was great for us. Now, Jerry Jeudy was our big receiver of the day. 10 receptions for 259 yards and a touchdown. Dude was a monster on that post across the middle. He's a little bit faster, I think, than someone we didn't even throw to at all today. With Paul Jones, I think. I think he's a little bit faster than Paul, so maybe that's why, but Julio still with 5 for 82 and 2 touchdowns. Dude's just a beast for us. He is a beast. Godwin and Hunt both had some decent yards. Now Hunt just, obviously with his 95 yards rushing, just is a monster against us. Godwin with 100 yards and a touchdown. And then Scott Miller caught a touchdown, I guess, I don't know, that 47-yard broken play, so. We did throw a 28-yard pass to our tight end to open up the game before I switched the formation. So, defensively, no interceptions by either team. Now, I wouldn't expect them to have any interceptions, but we definitely didn't have any interceptions because it's Jameis freaking Winston. The fact that we even got 1 sack at all is amazing. We do get 2. They obviously have way more sacks than us, 3, 4. So, but Chase Young, Greedy Williams got a couple. Now, they did get some penalties in there, so that's not super great. I don't think there were any forced fumbles or anything else, so. Now, we did miss that 1 field goal, unfortunately. But, you know, we still ended up winning the game, so that's all that matters. So, we're going to advance to next week and see who we take on. We have to take on the Cardinals. So, you know, we're probably going to have... Okay, let's see. We got a couple upgrades. We got Jerry Jeudy gets an upgrade. So that's huge. We're going to upgrade his deep threat. And, yeah. So, let's go ahead and check out the weekly awards. I imagine the weekly awards are going to be... oh, in out elite. That's perfect. I imagine the awards are going to be Haskins... and then I don't know if we're going to have any defensive guys, but I think Haskins is going to get on it. Yeah, so, you know, 2 sacks. Obviously, a losing team gets on it. And it's not Haskins. It's Jerry Jeudy. So, obviously, having 259 receiving yards works out better for you than the 300 whatever passing yards that he had. So, I mean... It's great. I'm excited that Jerry Jeudy got it. That's perfect for him. I'm super stoked that he's coming through clutch for us. You know, we had the player of the week last week, but we had a drought in there for a while. Nick Foles, that one time was just crazy. But yeah, I mean, that's probably going to do it. I'm going to go ahead and end up playing the Cardinals game soon and get that one out as well. And hopefully we'll get into the Super Bowl. But yeah, I'm excited for offseason. I'm going to have to take down the stats. Actually, let's go ahead and look at the stats right now. Alright, so we're going to go looking at the stats here for the year. They're not going to count the postseason and whatnot. We did throw a lot of interceptions. He's thrown 11. Foles threw 7. Kelly didn't throw any. Kelly did get a touchdown though. But we did throw, you know, 43 touchdowns, which if it was one quarterback would be good. But unfortunately, Haskins was out for 7 weeks. Now, I did see that he was 31st in the NFL, which is kind of crazy. But I guess there was somebody else that got injured as well. But, I mean, going for over 5,000 passing yards as a team is pretty decent. Decent completion percentage as well. Nick Foles was a little bit better, but I did sim more games with Foles than I did with Haskins, I believe. So rushing yards, Darius Geis leading the way with 936 yards. Philip Lindsay with 830. Now, Lindsay did have like 8 games in the injured list or something like that. So, you know, still solid 1,700 yards between the two of them. Bryce Love getting a couple touches in there as well. Not a great yards per carry just because he's not super high rated. We're probably going to look to move him this offseason and pick up somebody in the draft. Haskins with a couple of rushes, and Foles even with a couple of rushes as well. Luke Sellers with a couple of touchdowns, not really in the yards. Now, he does have two rushing touchdowns on 4 attempts, which is pretty crazy. Half his attempts go for a touchdown. Now, Darius Geis with 11. He's our power back down near the goal line. Lindsay with a couple of broken ones is 7. Bryce Love does still have 2. We did run him near the goal line before. Now, receiving. Now, Julio had 1,600 yards despite having 3 different quarterbacks throw to him. 12 touchdowns. Jerry Jeudy had 13 touchdowns and 945 yards. Now, I don't think he's going to win Rookie of the Year, but I would hope that he does. I mean, I want him to, obviously. Paul Richardson having 1,000 yards and 6 touchdowns is amazing. Goddard had 2. Phillip had 1. Geis didn't get thrown to enough. Today's Moss didn't get thrown to enough, but McLaurin with a couple of catches. I mean, our yards did go around and around and around, but now again, we don't ever play him. He's literally just our returner. Alright, defensively, Collins with 100 tackles, Miles Jack with 80. Now, Miles Jack went down twice this year for us for a total of like 10 games being missed, I think, or 8 or some crazy number. And he still has 80 tackles. You know, I might look to move him just because he's been injured so much. I picked him up because of his age and his ability to increase his overall. Now, with him being injured so much this year, he's already lost 2, maybe 3 overall. Now, obviously, he wouldn't get all of that from just playing, but if he was able to place in like high in an award, he would get XP from that. So I'm probably gonna look to move him because he's still young. I can still get a lot of value out of him, and we can get somebody else that can possibly increase more. I mean, he's only like an 84, 85, and with the amount that he missed, you know, he could have been an 87, 88. John Brown, another decent middle linebacker, filling in for Greedy Williams. Now with sacks, Chase Young with 15 sacks, he might win Defensive Rookie of the Year. Now, Montez Sweat with 9 early in the season. He hasn't really had any later in the season. That's because we traded their positions. where I start them that they get all the sacks from is in the 3-4, and I have him starting in the spot that he used to start at. So, I mean, that number could be 24 sacks had I had him there all year. There was that one game that Montez Sweat had 4 sacks at the start of the season. So that's just, you know, I mean, keeping that in mind, that's probably what Chase Young is going to be looking like next year. So Darius Smith with 10.5. He plays the exact opposite of Chase Young, and he's played there all season. Now, Chase Young, I guess, gets there a little bit faster, but, you know, it's still great. Jayon Brown getting 5.5. Ioannidis getting 5.5 as well, and Deron Payne getting in there for some. Ashton Davis as a free safety getting 3 sacks is monumental as well. Reuben Foster, the couple, Landon Collins. Now, interceptions. Landon Collins with 2, Miles Jack with 2. So Miles Jack, see, I mean, he was definitely helping us out for a while. Now, I did switch their positions around where he used to be the user over the middle and Big Nickel over G, but now Landon Collins is the guy that I use there. Ashton Davis with an interception, and then Byron Murphy with an interception as well, Greedy Williams, and Byron Jones. Everybody's, you know, contributing in some way. Now, forced fumbles, Landon Collins with 2 because he has enforcer, so he will big hit and force them sometimes. Ashton Davis does is a big hitter as well, but he doesn't have enforcer yet. He might end up getting it, is what I'm hoping for, as he gets over 80, wherever the threshold is that he needs it. Chase Young with a forced fumble. Now, Chase Young's forced fumble, I forget who it was against, but it went for a touchdown. I think it was against Russell Wilson. And then Sua Cravens has one as well. Now, Landon Collins, I think Landon Collins had a fumble return for a touchdown. No, it looks like someone else had it, but Ashton Davis had a touchdown. I believe he had a touchdown on a pick 6. Byron Murphy had a touchdown, possibly on a forced fumble. He might, no, Ashton Davis and Byron Murphy both had pick 6s, and then Jayon Brown had the fumble return touchdown that Chase Young stripped. So, yeah, I mean, besides that, I mean, kick return yards, he's got 18 returns for 444 yards. Before that, Bryce Hall wasn't getting nearly as many, on 1 less and, you know, 70 yards less. So I guess, you know, it's not bad, but a 24.7 average is much better than a 21.9. If you field the ball on the 5-yard line, you're starting near the 30. You're starting near the 27. So I would prefer this to this by a lot. No touchdowns yet, and we did have a punt return touchdown. Now this is the big one. I return punts way more than I return kickoffs. And his 15.8 average versus Darius Geis's 11.1 is just huge, and the touchdown is huge. So now offensively, we were 6th in the NFL. Defensively, we're 1st in the NFL. Now this does have a little bit to do with the shortened quarters, obviously, why we're 1st in the NFL, but, you know, we still are a decent squad on defense. It's, you know, not taken away at all from how good our team is. So usually I check out the yearly awards in the Super Bowl one, but I was already checking out the other things. Josh Allen wins MVP. Cam Newton, Zeke up there with his record-setting year, almost to the top. Andrew Luck, I mean, we should just probably force him to retire, but who knows. Pat Mahomes, I can't believe the Chiefs went 6-10, but, you know, he's up there as well. Le'Veon Bell, we didn't have anybody up here, but, I mean, that's to be expected, probably, just because quarterbacks obviously get on this board way more than, you know, receivers and whatnot, so. Coach of the Year was Bruce Arians. Are we on this list? Yeah. We're 9th. I mean, going 10-6, I guess, but yeah, we're on there, so it's gonna help our legacy out a little bit. So obviously, Josh Allen with the Offensive Player of the Year, Le'Veon Bell close up there. Joe Burrow actually getting up there, so he might be Rookie of the Year then. Deshaun Watson, Phillip Rivers, Baker Mayfield, Tom Brady. Tom Brady's still going at an 88 overall, 2 years in the simulation. So, Defensive Player of the Year, Myles Garrett. Jake Ryan, wow, didn't expect that from them. C.J. Mosley, back-to-back years on this list. So, Offensive Rookie of the Year for the AFC is Joe Burrow. And DeAndre Swift at number 2. The Dolphins are primed for the future. Now, DeAndre Swift, I think, was an 82 overall I saw. I remember that because he was, like, super high. He was the number 1 player. So, Jaguars getting a pretty good player. Oh, LaMichael Piran. I'm happy for that. So Defensive Rookie of the Year is Xavier McKinney. Up to an 80. Grant Delpit up there. Jeff Okudah. Alright, so for NFC Offensive Player of the Year is Zeke. Cam Newton comes in 2. Russ. Kareem Hunt up there. I mean, we don't have anybody on this board, of course, just because of all the injuries and whatnot, but Defensive Player of the Year, we have Chase Young, the rookie, as number 5 on Defensive Player of the Year. So I'm expecting him to win Defensive Rookie of the Year. That's crazy. We don't have anybody else, but, you know, that's pretty crazy. Oh, he might be Defensive Rookie of the Year. That's unfortunate. Offensive Rookie of the Year is Tua Tagovailoa. Or Tua Tagovailoa, I think is the way you say it. Jerry Jeudy up there on the Offensive Rookie of the Year, number 3. That's pretty good for us. Nobody else up there, but we come in number 2 to this guy. I mean, we're so much higher ranked than him. That sucks. Ashton Davis at number 8. They're both gonna get small bumps, but man, we could have really used the Defensive Rookie of the Year for him. We're obviously not gonna be on this list. So Darius Geis cracks the top 10 for best running back. Best wide receiver, Julio Jones and Jerry Jeudy as the top 2. That's great for us. I mean, we threw for freaking 5,000 yards between 2 quarterbacks. So, and then Paul Richardson gets up there as well. We have 3 receivers in the top 10. That's amazing. Quentin Nelson gets up there in the top 10. And Shaq Mason, Brandon Linder. So usually this goes on overall. I've almost always see this going overall. So us having a high overall line, we're obviously gonna get a lot in here. Best D line, Chase Young wins number 1. So he probably is gonna get a bump for this one. So Zadarius Smith, the 4th best linebacker. Baby, just to look down. So we have number 9 best kicker. So we have a couple. I mean, we're in there a lot. We've definitely turned this team around, so I kind of understand where it's coming from, but you know, I feel like we could have done a little bit better there, which would have helped out a little bit more, but you know, we're going to get some bumps from that when we get to the Super Bowl. So, alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and, you know, get this Cardinals gameplay out, and then we're going to go to the Super Bowl.